There is no better feeling than living 2 months of pure freedom and joy when you can wake up whatever time you want and do whatever you want to do. I mean, unless you're employed and get your sad ass to work. Or you're just one of those people that are funky and wake up past 1 o'clock in the afternoon and do absolutely nothing in your life except lay in bed and doom scroll on TikTok. Point is, maybe you go out with your mommy or something to the store and it's barely June and then BAM! Back to school sale. 50% off calculators. $20 billion for a backpack. Like, damn, let me get a dip in the pool first, dog. And as the weeks and weeks fly by, the dreading feeling of being forced to wake up at the ass crack of dawn for DeMarcus and his boys to blast music at 7 in the morning. Meanwhile, Miss P is busting a move, yelling at the top of her lungs on some good morning in house summer vacation on her 10th cup of coffee. Now, luckily for me, I already graduated, so I ain't gotta deal with that stuff anymore. However, school is a canon event in basically everyone's lives. You gotta do it. So I have plenty of things to talk about and reminisce. I say the only time you'll ever look forward to school is definitely the first day of school. You and your friends all exchange schedules and you either got all the banger classes with all your friends knowing you're gonna have a good time, or you got the worst classes with absolute nobodies.
Oh, hell no.
No in between. You go back to school shopping, you pick out some fire fits and some fire shoes, and you lay it out in your bed the night before thinking this is the best fit you've ever assembled. Swear, you see everyone dressed the best the first day of school, and then boom, pajamas and Crocs for the rest of the semester. I promise you. And there's no worse feeling to being in a classroom with anyone you barely recognize and y'all start doing icebreakers, since you really don't start learning until 2 days after. I mean, I don't know if it was different for you guys, but they change the schedule for mostly everybody and tweak it around until 3 days later, where everyone is settled and the real school begins. Anyways, it's just awkward meeting new people. You start asking random questions like, what's your favorite color?
Brown in Spanish.
Even though you both really don't care and wish you were still sleeping and dreaming about being a millionaire and winning in life. Honestly, those classes really be the underrated ones that you'll never forget. You meet some new people who either chill and become your friends later on, or the weirdos who just be on the side and just be the NPC. I don't know. And then there's the school lunch. Now, kids nowadays ain't gotta worry about when Michelle Obama was around, when we had to eat whatever this abomination was. But school lunch for me personally around middle school and high school honestly wasn't that bad. It was actually cooking up some fire meals. They had the Hispanic and black mamas cooking up in the kitchen, and that's just a combined recipe of pure love poured onto these meals, so you knew it was fine. What I found sweet honestly is that the first day of school is when everyone picks where they want to sit for the rest of the school year. Everyone got their little friend groups and y'all pick a table and then boom, that's y'all's table for the rest of the lunch block for the rest of the semester.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe.
Then there's these people that be table hopping and steal your spot, so you unfortunately gotta steal someone else's table since they stole yours, and then it's just a repeated cycle and it just ruins the whole flow. Like, thanks a lot, dude. You ruined the unspoken rule of the seating chart. Now, the main issue with school that we can all agree with is that school is dirty, and people are dirty. People don't got the decency to have good hygiene, and I just cannot believe it. I can't believe I'm walking in this hallway bright ass early in the morning, and I can smell your beef jerky breath from all the way in the next hallway over.
What I do is things.
Like, come on now, dude. And now don't get me started when you're on the bus and you just happen to sit next to someone who thinks it's life and death to not shower, and you just have to endure that aroma of pure must, and you just wish you was anywhere else but sitting on the bus. Even worse, at school bathrooms. Literally anything be happening in the school bathrooms, bro. Especially when you're trying to use it. It just be awkward, and God forbid, I'm trying to take a leak before class, and I walk in, and it feels like I'm intruding the council meeting with little Timmy in the corner, blowing some smoke in my face. Like, get the hell out of my way! And most of the time, the toilets won't work, the sink won't work, or someone just dumped the entire lunch in the toilet. And unfortunately for my case, there was no soap in some of the bathrooms, which was honestly the worst thing that had to happen at my school. I ain't gonna lie. I can't remember how many times we had to take those school surveys where students gave their opinions on the school, and I said we gotta fix the soap situation in these bathrooms, because let's be honest, you walk around and see a lot of people dapping up in the hallways and touching a bunch of things. I swear we were gonna create some new virus that was gonna spread across the world if we didn't do anything about it. Then we get to the part of the real school. Teachers start showing their true colors, and you start to realize who's really gonna be your friend for the rest of the semester, and every day just starts becoming a cycle. Monday, you wish you were never alive. Tuesday is a filler episode. Wednesday, you just tell yourself you're halfway there. Thursday, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then Friday, you have reached the peak day of the week, and the upcoming weekend is upon you. Then comes Sunday after 7 p.m., you start rethinking all your life choices as the aura of school is dawning upon you, and you realize you gotta restart it all over again. And the one thing I remember about school when it would be the first week of school is the pep rally to hype up all the students for the school year. It would start with your principal hyping everybody up, saying it's going to be a great school year, it's going to be lots of fun, while music is blasting in your ears, and you're sat around a bunch of kids, and at least 1 out of every 4 kids, one is going to be musty. But hey, at least it's going to be first block, am I right? And there'd be the usual, the mascot comes out, which is probably the underpaid janitor who starts doing some crazy backflips and moves. Mind you, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. And they start pulling out some musical chairs or some recent trend to try to relate to the kids. Like, I promise you, we really don't care. We're just here for the free block of no class. Peak school is around October through December, dog. Tell me I'm wrong. My high school football team was absolutely ass, but the feeling of the hype did build up throughout the week, especially if it was a rivalry played that Friday, was honestly pretty cool. The weather too was super nice, so you could throw on some cozy ass fits and be chilling. And then there's homecoming and Halloween and Thanksgiving break and the glorious 3-week winter break for Christmas. Like, that is peak time for school. There is no better feeling. Now, as a graduated individual from high school, let me be inspirational for a quick set. Let me give you guys some advice. Please, folks, some simple hygiene will take you a long way. It doesn't hurt to wake up early to brush your teeth and put some deodorant on, taking care of yourself, because trust me, that's going to help when you want to pull the huzz. And do your work on time, guys. I ain't going to lie, school really is not that hard. It all depends on how you want it to be. If you just, I'll do it later every assignment, you're going to find yourself trying to cram 10 assignments on a Friday night when you could have been gaming with the boys on that Friday night. If you just finished that easy ass assignment on Monday, you would have been scot-free. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say today. Just kind of wanted to yap about school since school season starting up. Hope everyone had a good summer and hope everyone has a great semester. And as for my graduated folks, we did it, baby. Class of 2026. Rah!